Guys, welcome to the season 2 sneak peek. And here you go. Darkness. um I have been working away designing. Now my team, we have an awesome plan, and I'm not going to spoil the rest of everybody else's plan. Uh and the glowstone's just there because that's the center block. This is a 200 by 200, which is the smallest area that we're going to go with. We're probably going to eventually have it as a 350 by 350, but starting out, this 200 by 200 is what we're going to end up using. But for my part of the island build, I'm going with a hellscape type deal inspired by the nether. And that's why I went ahead and put up walls of netherrack to give it that, vibe. Now, of course, we've got the variations of blackstone here. We've got nether bricks and the blue fire going, the pit of lava at the bottom. Now, of course, if you have Fulbright or night vision, this is what you're going to see. And honestly, this is, other than screenshots, this is what y'all are going to see when I'm actually playing. And then, of course, this is it with the shaders on. At least one of the shader packs I have. I don't know if I'll ever actually turn on shaders while playing, but I mean, even if Fulbright's on, it's still going to make it darker in these back corners, which I love. Here is the bridge outside of the actual box where I was working on it, building it before I transferred it in there. All these builds that I'm doing for Season 2, I will have schematics of. Just to show a few off. I don't want to ruin every surprise. You're probably going to see a lot of them in the background. We've got this little building tower right here. I haven't done any type of inside stuff. I don't know why I've got two entrances. I'll probably end up blocking one of them off. I'm not sure why I put two. We have this little entrance, and I love the way I've done this. Because, all these, I tried to stick with nether stuff. I did use a few inner rods because I didn't want them connecting to the wall, but I wanted to show support. So there are a few inner rods, but all my builds started as pure nether blocks. Some of them have, of course, expanded upon since then. We've got this little building right here. This is a little house building. Perfect spot for an enchantment set up in that corner. You come upstairs. You can look down on the enchantment area. And then you have this little balcony right here. We got that little tower design. We got this little skinny house here. We have this little archway. We have this little bone lava temple. This little house right here. Another little small one. This blimp is a blimp I designed. It's not for my build. It's for a different part of the island. So we will just have to see how that goes when it's time for that to be put in. We got this one right here. It's a little shorty, but it's the only one that I did an interior for because this is going to be a brew stand area. And then, of course, we got that little, this little build right here. which another word I did on some of these last ones I did, like you see the deep slate tiles. I brought in some of the tough on this one, just because things started looking a little... Hello. You're supposed to be on the end right there. It did start looking all one note, so I wanted to bring in some stuff to kind of complement it, but not be too drastic. Like on this build right here, this little bell tower, I brought in cyan and red concrete to mimic the warped and crimson woods, and then I used mangrove wood to give it a different shade of red, but still throw it in that same kind of color sequence. And yes, there is an actual bell in here. Oops. There is supposed to be an actual bell in there. I don't have my sounds on, but above the bell is a soul lantern, so the bell itself emits light. But as you see, even with that ship, every build has a lot of light. Most of them have flames. It doesn't look like I added any flames to this building. The bottom backside's a little dark. I may need to edit that. We have that short tower. Then we have this mega. This is going to be a support. There's literally nothing in there but a ladder going all the way to the top. But you see how much difference Fuel Bright does. But there you go, Knights. There's your little sneak peek of what's to come from me in Season 2. There's a whole lot more. That's about a third of the builds that I plan on doing. And as I do these builds, I will be uploading the schematics to my page. I'm debating whether or not to just upload them to my Discord or to upload them to my Patreon that I have but don't really ever use. Maybe, $1 a schematic. We'll see. But that being said, again, thank y'all. I hope you're excited for Season 2, because I am. I will see y'all then.
One day I will have my victory, crush all my enemies so viciously. Work so hard my hands are blistering, and they will carve my name in history.